You know, one of the most common questions I get as somebody that makes videos on YouTube is, do you know what you're going to be talking about the next day? And I always respond to people the same way. No, and I don't need to, because you can bet your bottom dollar that something will be happening in the FGC, and today is no different. Now, for whatever reason, and I'll never understand this, I can't get into the minds of these people, I will never understand them, and to be honest with you, I don't really want to, but sending dirty messages, and when I mean dirty, I mean dirty messages to somebody that is significantly younger than you, to the point where the law would get involved, and I have to be careful with the words I use here because YouTube don't like certain words, is bizarre to me. I'll never be able to get in these people's minds. Now, we've all sexted before. We've all sent our partners dirty messages, or ex-partners, whoever it might be. But those are people of age. No one's coming on here shaming people for sending dirty messages. You know, if your dirty messages get leaked, yeah, it's probably embarrassing, but you sent it to somebody of age, your age, or in a similar age bracket. Who cares? You say some freaky shit, it was consensual, who cares? But when you're doing it to minors, you should be named and shamed. And this is one of the things where I have a hard line. I have a hard line against this. If you're doing these things, you should be named and shamed. And that is what we're talking about today, unfortunately. Now, we're on an FGC-based channel. We would mostly talk about fighting games over here. So you know somebody in the fighting game community has been up to no good. And of course, and I hate to say this, they're from the Guilty Gear scene. I don't know where it is with Smash Bros and Guilty Gear. I don't know. Now, if you're from these scenes and you're taking offense to this, then you might be a problem. If you're from these scenes and you're like, oh, not again, I feel sorry for you. I sincerely do, because Smash and Guilty Gear are both good games, and I can imagine wanting to go to a tournament and compete. But after everything that's come out about these games, not to drag Smash into this, because they ain't got nice to do with this, but they were the originators of this bullshit, so to speak. I wouldn't go to these tournaments. That community is cooked. There's no other way to put it. There's no good way to put it. Now, I don't know why the players do this, but we're going to get into a little bit of, you know, if this turns your stomach, turn the video off now. Because honestly, these messages are disgusting. There's no other way to put it. So we're going to go over it now. There's your warning. This comes from a Guilty Gear player called Makosi. And Makosi was found to be texting somebody that was underage, both on their phone and what appeared to be Discord. Discord, okay, now I'm not trying to give people advice in how to navigate their dirty deeds or whatever there is they're doing behind the scenes. You should not be talking to minors. Okay, let's just make that perfectly clear. But if you're one of these sick, deranged people that's still going to do it, and you're in the fighting game community, are you also so stupid to do it on Discord? I knew somebody some time ago who was texting somebody underage. Well, I was aware of them. They weren't a friend of mine, but I knew them. They were texting someone underage on an open platform, which is Discord, in one of the rooms. And I was like, what the I was like, bro, are you stupid? I mean, first of all, you're an evil bastard. You should be put under the prison. But are you stupid as well? I guess you are stupid if you're texting a minor and evil at the same time, man. I don't know. Anyway, it's about a player called Makosi. He's a Guilty Gear player. Plays, I think it's that Axel character. I don't know anything about the Guilty Gear roster. Honestly, that's not important here. Now, the tweet blew up. It's all over the place. Matter of fact, I just watched Technical's video on it whilst I was recording this, so I've come back to this now. And his video has even more context, but I've taken some of that and put it in here as well, just to go over and give my own thoughts. So shout out to Technicals. But the first tweet that I saw from this Makosi individual, going down my timeline, because obviously I follow a lot of people in the FGC, this is going to pop up on the algorithm, it's got 3 million views, is, I'm very sorry to everyone I disappointed, I never wanted any of this, goodbye and thank you for everything. Now, this message I found hilarious because I went on to read what was actually said to the minor. And when he says, I never wanted any of this, what do you mean exactly? Now, what was even funny about this is that he went on to say, none of you will ever see me again. I hope you never find out the reason why I had to do this. And then Community Notes checked him and said, it should be known that the reason this user is trying to leave the internet is because he recently got caught e-sexting minors on Discord. Note needed, as he has a GoFundMe pinned in his bio, and users should know about the crucial detail about before they essentially start donating to him. Now, what I don't understand is why your GoFundMe is still up after you've come out and basically admitted what has been said. Now, if you're wondering what has been said, like I said, if you're not into the whole gnarly details of things, I have got some screen grabs here. I'll read out to you what he said. Some of it will have to be bleeped because it will turn your stomach. So in one of the messages that he sent to the underage individual, he's role playing here on Discord. It says, "Feel me manhandle you around, pin you down, and you know what, your body harder and faster than before, completely violating every part of you, and as if my Jolly Roger has gotten bigger, you'll feel all of it 1,000 times more intensely. You'll feel me choke you, pull your hair, abuse you however I see fit." I mean, even that's a bit much for dirty talk. I get more and more intense as you feel better and better now. Feel me start to, you know what, inside you with each and every thrust. Now filling you completely to the brim and making you your brains out with every single thrust. This will get more and more intense as time goes on. Good Lord, dude. Jesus Christ, man. Deep inside you, filling you completely and utterly, I begin to pull out and take gentle care of you now. Like I said, people send dirty messages to each other, you know. If it's two consenting adults, I don't think anybody should be shaming them for it. It's perfectly fine to have your kinks or whatever. That's not what this is. And I have to clarify that because you always get one or two stupid people saying, "Oh, you're kink shaming" or some bullshit. This is a minor he's talking to, okay? This is a minor. And obviously, I went onto his YouTube channel. The comment section is absolutely brutal. As you can see on the screen right now, they are absolutely tearing him to shreds. And you know what? I have no sympathy for him. Now, he's talking about, you know, taking his own life because of this. And I'm not going to sit here and advocate for someone to do such a thing. But at the same time, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Like, these are evil people, as far as I'm concerned. This is evil. There's bad things. Like I've said, there's bad things that we will do. You know, I've done bad things before. You know, maybe I shouldn't have hit somebody. Maybe I shouldn't have stolen something when I was a kid. You know, maybe I shouldn't have popped my neighbor's tires. Whatever it might be, my neighbor's going to hear this and go nuts now. You do dumb shit when you're a kid. You do bad things, but this is evil. There's no two ways about that. This is evil. If you are talking to minors in this manner, you are an evil person and you should know that. And if you're in the fighting game community and you're doing this, please, for the love of God, stop. Put aside your own selfish desires. And if you're too bent out of shape or too socially awkward to go and talk to real women, buy a gym membership, work on yourself, learn some skills, get a job. By the way, this guy needed to get a job because we've got tweets on here of him begging for money. And go out there and work on yourself and learn to speak to people instead of preying on people that don't really know left from right. If you are one of these people, whether you're in Guilty Gear, Smash, Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Arcane Hearts, or whatever it might be, Arcana Hearts, can't remember the name of the game, stop talking to minors. Just stop. You're going to ruin your life. You might ruin their lives. And it might be a vicious cycle. I mean, we all might like point fun at this guy and laugh at him, but it's actually quite serious, right? We've either got younger siblings or younger nieces and nephews, and we've got some people that enter the fighting game space. And these people are in our tournaments. These people are pretending to be social justice warriors. These people are pretending to be do-gooders. And they're in our tournaments. And this could lead to other things. Because you best believe if somebody saw you at a tournament after seeing this and that was their little girl, we haven't even got to the worst part. Shit could really go down. It really could. That people, this is a real fuck around and find out moment. I don't think people really understand the seriousness of this situation. And again, it's fucking selfish. It's selfish. Do what you got to do with adults, as long as it's consenting, but don't bring children into this. It's really that simple. I did find this tweet funny, saying that. What do you guys know me for? What am I known for? What guy am I? How would you describe me in one sentence? I'm curious. And somebody replied saying, weird Guilty Gear Strive Axel player combo thing. He replied saying, why am I weird? This was 2 days ago. Now, the role playing continued. I'm just going to show you how disgusting this is. Now, I know this video is going to get demonetized. I already know that. But I think it's important to show people the level of depravity in our scene, unfortunately. Now, I know it's not everybody, but there's been too many cases of it happening. It does need to be called out. So in these messages, he goes on to say, what a good girl. Should I blank inside? On the count of 3, you will feel me blank deep inside of you. As my throbbing blank ejaculates hot... This is fucking hard to get through. This is hard to... What the... Okay, wait, hold on. The orgasm you'll feel will be the most overwhelming, mind-numbing pleasure you ever... No, I can't. I'll put it on the screen for you guys to read. I'll black out the parts that shouldn't be there. I can't. Just knowing that he sent that to a minor, I can't read that. It's too much. It's too much. I'll leave it on the screen there for you guys to see. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of these messages. Now he's admitted, somebody thought that he was gonna quit Guilty Gear. He actually just admitted to them, no, I'm actually just gonna go and end it. He just wants to make that clear. That has been seen by over 18 million people at this point. It's gone everywhere. Apparently, he had a history of doing these things. There's a Discord message here that came up saying that he was sharing CP. We all know what CP is. And he did that because of a disagreement. He rage sent CP. I mean, what kind of psychopath does that? Who has that on their phone to rage send that? Like, when I get angry at my friends, I send them a sticker of Thomas the Tank Engine frowning. You're sending CP when you're angry. And who are the people that he sent it to that didn't report him? I'm sorry, you send me some. You do that as a joke? No. Because I'm going to ask you, you got that shit on your phone? You just got that in the barrel ready to send to someone. And obviously, as you can see on the screen, the messages just, they became more and more depraved. I've blocked out what needs to be blocked out. I know the video is going to get demonetized. That's fine. That's not what we're doing this for, because this, again, wasn't planned. Just to show you guys how disgusting this stuff really is. You can see text messages here. And in these text messages, it seems like he's trying to damage control. He's saying, I have your answer. The only way I could ever pretend to like you was pretending you were older. Didn't want to ruin our friendship. And when you started coming at me, I did my best to pretend and not reject you categorically. And when the guilt caught up to me, and I couldn't do it anymore, I tried to stop, but you held me at gunpoint. You've done nothing but disgust me. I don't know if I think that might be... is that the person texting him? No, that's him texting, right? Either way, it doesn't matter. Like, if a minor's talking to you and you're not able to say, hey, piss off, okay, we're not doing this, go away, or not even reply, just block him. It's really not that hard. Really not that hard. And then obviously nudes were exchanged between the minor and I believe this individual. You can see it all on the screen. These messages are really disgusting. There was a bit of foreshadowing, as Technicals pointed out in his video, where he said I'm 21 and my girlfriend is 13 when he was playing some ranked game. I don't know, not important. He also sent a message here, which I also pulled from Technicals video, saying a week away from 17, but none of that really matters anymore, I guess. 17, bro, not 18, not over the legal. What is possible in the law. 17. That wouldn't have made the situation better. There's no need to read all of the messages. I mean, we've put them on the screen anyway. It's just baffling to me how there are so many women out there to talk to. So many. And you go for little children. It makes no sense to me. Now, I know maybe someone will see this video that is currently partaking in this activity. I want you to look at the camera, look at the video, look at me, looking through the camera at you. Stop what you're doing. Think about your family. Think about these children and their family. Think about all the lives you're going to affect and walk away from this style of life. I don't know if there's a cure to this. It seems like a sickness of the mind because I can't begin to fathom it. But I just want you guys to know, whether you're in the Guilty Gear scene or otherwise, you're probably going to get caught. You're all fucking stupid. You're so stupid, it's unreal. And it's disgusting. Now, if this guy has gone and done what he's saying that he's done to himself, like I said, I don't mean to sound harsh, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over a predator. I'm really not. I enjoy watching Skeeter Jean's videos. I think he's out there doing God's work. And Skeeter Jean might need to pay himself a visit to the FGC. Like I've said it to people 100 times. Like, if someone's messaging you and you know they're a minor, the only place where you can get away with speaking to somebody that might be young is when you're sitting on a live stream and they're just asking you questions about the game. Like, oh, how do you punish Jin's forward 2? Or how do you deal with Soul Bad Guy? And the whole stream's there watching you and you give them a basic answer. But if people are messaging you privately and they're starting to turn the conversation a bit dirty, and you're talking to an anime profile picture, mind you, or just somebody you've never met before, exercise some caution. And don't come with the excuses that, oh, I couldn't stop them, I couldn't walk it back. That's all bullshit. What's happening here is that, unfortunately, there are a lot of people that don't work on themselves, socially awkward, don't bother to go outside and integrate with society. They get a little bit of attention. They forget that this is disgusting and wrong. And I'm being very, very charitable and generous when I'm saying this. I could just say you're a bunch of evil bastards. But I'm trying to be fair here. You're locked in your mom's basement. You're not doing anything. You have no job. You don't go to the gym. You ain't got any skills. You haven't bothered to learn how to do anything. You get a little bit of attention. You get a little bit of notoriety online, a little bit of popularity from your Guilty Gear combos or whatever it might be. Someone showed you some attention and then this happens. Try to look past the Discord messages in the moment. Try to look past the text messages in the moment and think about what might happen tomorrow, or think about what might happen the next week, or think about the money and the time that you owe to people that helped raise you, and stop thinking about yourself. Okay, and if you're one of these sick people that can't help yourselves, I want you to know that when you get caught, I hope you get named and shamed. I hope you get dragged. You make all of us look bad. All us gamers that go into these spaces. Maybe I want to go to a Guilty Gear tournament one day. Maybe I do. And then like someone takes a picture and they're like, Mike, is that you at a Guilty Gear tournament? After 100 allegations have come out. Like, you ruined the whole thing for everyone. I'm sorry. Like, I know people might hear this and be like, you're painting everyone a bad light. I'm not. Again, if you're not a predator and this doesn't pertain to you, I'm sorry if you go to Guilty Gear tournaments. I'm sorry if you're seen in pictures. It is what it is. But if you're getting annoyed by this, then yes, you might be a problem. Nobody should be defending behavior like this. Nobody. And yeah, I do put some of it on the scene. Because as we've seen multiple times, both in a Smash story that we covered about 2 months ago now, and in this as well, this person was rage sending CP to people. And in the Smash situation, this individual didn't say anything for a long time, even though they knew a minor was involved. Even though they didn't touch the minor, even though they didn't do anything, there's a lot of hush-hush going on. And there's a lot of hush-hush that goes on in the FGC in general. You know, people talk in Discords to each other. People get together and decide to hate watch you or to block you on social media because they don't like things that you're doing. That's one thing. And that's one thing to talk about. This is another thing. If you're keeping these things private in our scene and you get found out as well, I think that there should be some action taken against these people as well. Because I'm telling you now, yeah, if someone rage sends me CP and it's like an actual person, not a fucking anime avatar, because what can you even do to those? They're just anonymous accounts that are trolling. I'll report them immediately. That's another child being sent around. Anyway, I'm just ranting here. How hard is it to not talk to fucking minors, guys? How hard is it?